Marcus?
Yes, this is Marcus.
This is Moose's dad.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good.
I hope.
Can't complain.
I was just gonna say, I hope you're taking it lightly.
Yeah. I'm trying, but you know how our generation gets.
Yeah, but
every now and then, but I'm working on patience.
yeah, you're working on it. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Oh, 30. Oh, excellent age, man. That's the day I started my career.
Really?
Yeah, really. I started as King Priest Musa. He told you about that?
You mentioned a little bit, and then I seen a little bit of your page.
Okay. Okay, very interesting. I'm a retired old man now, but you know, I never stopped doing my work.
Right.
So he's been telling me that he has a little cluster of young men that want to take a bold step, and he keeps bringing up your name. So when he told me that he wanted to talk, man, I've been anticipating this call.
Oh, great.
Yeah, cause
I can give you a quick background too.
Yeah, because your connection, you know, you're made for order, and you're made
Right.
for order at a time that's critical in our people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
I agree.
Okay. And you speak Creole?
What'd you say?
Do you speak Creole?
Mine's a little bit touchy, you know.
Well,
I don't know.
don't worry about it.
I told you, but I played over there.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Listen, brother, don't worry about it because I don't speak it either.
I'm nervous to speak it more than I don't know it.
Same thing here, and that's all my life. I'm not going to take my time to learn something when I didn't even learn the one I had. You know what I mean? It's more important about, you know, here and now. You know what I'm saying? More than doing what the generations in the past did. They dwelled in the past. All right. Musa told me that your background, and you're still in college, or you're going to college?
No, this is what happened. I graduated from Mass Dartmouth in 2002 with management and marketing. I was a double business major, but one of my marketing professors, who's my mentor, was like, man, why don't you get your marketing degree in the real world? Because I decided to try and play professional basketball. I don't know if you know my father, Ray Helpman and David Helpman, my uncle.
The names are very popular, but I'm not into sports.
Right. Well, you probably brushed shoulders with them. And well, I played for the Cape Verde national team since I was 19, so I got selected in 2000 to play. And I've been playing, you know, for them for over 10 years. I got my passport and everything. So after college, instead of going to get my master's in business, I just took a risk and just flew to Portugal and just tried out for a couple pro teams. So I was having trouble, and I ended up making it. You know, so I played 5 years pro. I lived in Portugal, Greece, France, Brazil, and then I signed a deal actually in mainland Africa and Angola. So I got to live out there for 8 months. You know what I mean? So what I did in 2005 was I started sending clothes over to Portugal, my first contract, just to try to get some import-export going. And then the barriers to, you know, the European Union are ridiculous. So like what I decided after I came back, went to UNAF, spoke to my professor, and he's like, well, why don't you concentrate on what you like doing? Me and my brother are tech junkies, you know what I mean? So I like programming. So I started like a international marketing and advertising agency called Urban International Media. So it started off slow. I was doing websites, and I was sending gear to Angola, I was sending gear to Cape Verde, but it just really wasn't getting me nowhere. You know what I mean? And then, to tell you the truth, I was paying for a bunch of family, you know, their damn habits. You know, and I didn't make $1 million. I was in the NBA. I have a chance to still work out and play with them, but, you know, it just made me realize, like, you know, I gotta really, if I'm gonna get this business going, I gotta make sure I, you know, concentrate and put a little bit of money into it. So, that brings me now, like last year, I'm in between work out of Los Angeles.
Bro, take your time. Take your time. I've been waiting for your call, remember? Take your time.
Oh, okay.
put everything in there you want. Everything you want. Take a little pause, sip your coffee, you know, whatever. All right?
Cool. Yeah. So, like, where I'm at right now is I have, just so you know what my marketing company does, and this is what I'm interested for you, too, just on a side deal, never mind what, you know, what everybody's trying to get involved with, because I want to also. But, like, for example, I have, it's called New England Mattress Guys. They're looking for a web presence with e-commerce capabilities, meaning they could take payment, receive payment, send bill, you know, what have you, online. But the niche that's happening right now is that so many people have the information, but they don't have the time to get it online. So, like, I have teamed up with UMass Dartmouth, and I have, so it's not like I'm going back to school, but I lecture a marketing class every semester, like a senior level marketing course, and, like, I get, like, 2 kids to help me volunteer and do market research and whatnot. So, where I'm at now, and like I was trying to tell Musa, I'm like, Musa, you gotta get to Cape Verde. It's cheap, like the construction stuff's going crazy, because that's what we're trying to do this spring with Musa's website, just so that he's more organized. You know, like he could be at a different place, and if a deal comes through, at least he can get the information and still follow up, because that's what happens with a lot of people. They get the deal, but there's no follow-up, and then the deal gets lost, and then there's no, like, repetitiveness. So, like, I spoke to people in Cape Verde, and then I got a couple, I don't know if you want to call them dry contracts, but basically dry distribution contracts is what I'm calling them, and I'm waiting for them to give me the logo so I can start selling, like, Cape Verdean gear, like, here in the United States, and get it manufactured here. That way, like, the cost is a little bit cheaper. So, like, my whole the whole nutshell I'm trying to get in is if I'm going to be playing ball again, I'm going to be linked up with guys like you and Musa and everybody else that's doing stuff. That way, when I have my money, I can come back and invest in something worth it besides meals and shit for guys that used to be old friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just where I'm at. Like, I'm on my way to New Bedford Public Access. I'm editing some video for these girls that have like a non-profit for their like young teen mothers or something like that.
Oh,
that's
so
like basically where I'm at. You know, I got a business plan.
you do have you say excuse me. You say you have a business plan?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I have 3 of them actually.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you up with a few questions. I don't know if you're done, but you can continue in a second. But I don't want to take, you know. In other words, I'm an old man. Slow down. You know, I got a. Hey, I'll give you a brief because I don't know what you know about me. All right, but I'm the project developer for the Parting Ways project. That means, in fact, Ambassador Brittle from Cabo Verde cut the ribbon on the land. It's a land development. It's a land development project, and what it boils down, we got about 26 point something acres right now, but it's still the rest of the acreage is like 1,000 some odd acreage. So what that entitles is the parts of Kingston, Massachusetts, and Plymouth. So of course, you know, we can't, like the Indians, you know, the same thing. We own the land, but they stole it and used it and they built on it, so, you know, it would take a long time to fight for the rest of the land. But we played the game good enough to get 26 acres back. Now, the term was that there's 4 graves that belong to black revolutionary soldiers that fought with George Washington. Now, years went by, but I mean, this is going to take about 2 minutes to tell you. Years went by, like 30 some odd years, and this brother, you know, a black brother, was trying to make this project work in a town that was, from the earliest founding of this country, was a Puritan, you know, meaning no blacks, you know what I mean? Even today, if you go up to Plymouth, and this is Plymouth Rock, you know, and all the hometown of America, you find the skeletons, okay? Now me, I'm esoteric. You know what that is, right? Okay? Somewhat gifted, you know, like I said, I got an 8th grade education, but I was in guided missiles back in '64. Okay, so I have skills, but I'm not educated. Okay, Long story short, I've always had my own businesses and survived my own way, and I was never educated by them, so I had to do my own education. And raising 13 kids, right, and 30 some odd years as a single parent, and being a community activist, a Black Panther, a Nation of Islam, etc., 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 it would take a couple of days for me to give you my resume. I'm 66, you know what I mean? So I don't want to throw all that in there. But the point is, I know how to fight these people.
Right.
And now that they respect me, because I reached this age, I should have been in prison, which I did get life. I should have been killed in Nam, where they sent me from Germany all the way to Vietnam to kill me once I resisted the military. But I got an honorable discharge, and I got all the benefits and everything. The point I'm making is this. I was the first black to do a lot of things, historical things. And when the Sons of the American Revolution checked out my background, they realized who I was. So they got the Freemasons involved. And I don't know if you know much about the esoteric, but everything that you see in this country was built by these people.
Oh yeah, well, I got to read some of that overseas.
Okay.
You know, having all this downtime, so.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's real interesting.
We got to talk, okay? Because
symbolism's everywhere, all over the world.
yeah, well, the symbolism, you know that when they make a movie, it's because the esoteric people that are working in the real world, right, are you might say at war, okay?
Right,
You know,
yeah.
the magicians, magi's, and wizards and all that crap. I don't know if you want to take it that Harry Potter way, but
Right.
I'm Creole. It's in my blood. If you check the history, you'll find out who the Barboses are. Okay, in fact, when they got their independence, Cabral and Rafael Barbosa were partners. Okay, but Cabral was educated. Barbosa was a shaman. Okay, and he was he trained Jesuit priests for the Vatican. You know, through their, you know, he was not one of them. He was the father, not the son. Okay, so now, if you go down to say Washington now, you find that there's land that we on the Washington Mall that's reserved for the Black Patriots Memorial. All right, and that's by Maurice Barbosa. He lives in Virginia, but he does this thing in Washington. And if you go back to even Nazi Hitler, the Germans there, and when they was doing all that secret, you know, weapon stuff and space and all that other stuff that you can find plenty of garbage on the internet. When they were doing that, there's the legend of King Barbarossa, that all the Germans who knew their bloodlines, it said he went into a cave in the mountains with this is a brotherhood now, went into a cave in the mountains, and there they wait for him to come out at the end of time to fight evil. This is German, this is Hitler's culture. Okay? Now our culture here in America, believe it or not, is no different. It's the same people. Okay? The whole world is basically took over right after Washington died. You see, Washington didn't have no sons. He didn't have no children at all. That was Martha's children. But what happened was they did a ritual after building Washington, geometrically and esoterically. They did a ritual with a slave girl named Venus and produced a child named West Ford. If you Google West Ford Project, you'll find that was when they sent up millions of metal rods that created what we call the belt, that Wi-Fi. but that was secret, you know, it's supposed to be secret, okay? Now they got all kinds of stuff up there, but we're talking back in my day. Now this stuff, I knew this stuff because I had a top secret clearance. And you can't talk that shit until 50 years.